Hello everybody, my first video here, and we're going to talk about some baseball cards I was able to snag a couple weekends ago from a card show. I know people throwing up a lot of videos of things that they were able to get some big hits and things, but I live in that dime box, nickel box, even penny box world, and there's a lot of good things to be had, and I just want to throw some out there. And honestly, I just kind of want to show you some cool cards. That's about it. Nothing complex here, so not going to waste too much of your time. We're going to get right down to it and show you what I was able to pull out of. These are all dime box finds, like I said, from a couple weeks ago. And start off with the football. This one actually really pleased me quite a bit. It's kind of cool. Doug Williams rookie card, beaten up quite a bit and off cut in the back. You can see there, not the best. But, man, it's Doug Williams rookie card. For a dime, you can't beat that too much. These were actually pretty cool. These are the silver versions with the silver signature in baseball. I can't remember what they're called in football, but, you know, it's a Marshall Falk, Colts one. You got the silver Joe Montana, the silver Warren Moon, and then just a regular collector's choice Barry Sanders. I mean, you can't go wrong with Barry Sanders for a dime, right? He was probably the most entertaining player that I remember in my time. I've always loved the Topps Gold. The Amp Lee doesn't really have any value, but I just thought it was cool. It's even beaten up pretty terribly on the corners and stuff, but honestly, Topps Gold football for a dime, why not? This was another really cool one. I was really pleased with the starting lineup. Joe Montana card, creased really badly. Sometimes it's hard to see, but it's kind of got some multiple creases through it. But still, for a dime, if you look this one up, what it goes for, you'd be really kind of surprised to find the dime box even kind of beaten up. Dan Fouts, got a little dinged up corner, but still Dan Fouts, for a dime. I've always liked that 82 design. It's a good one. And then just a bunch of guys that were kind of cool. This is 79. Brian Sipe from the Browns, Ted Hendricks, Jack Tatum, Jack Ham from the Steelers, and Ahmad Rashad, of course, well known for the two groomsmen at his wedding, which, of course, were Bill Cosby and O.J. Simpson. So there's that. Ray Guy. I love the 86 Topps here. The 86 Topps football is probably my most favorite from the football. Ray Guy, great punter. Jim McMahon, who obviously led to the Bears to the Super Bowl that year, and Ken O'Brien from the Jets. These were cards I always thought were cool. They came out of Coke in the mid-90s, I think, right around Christmas time. So they had a bunch of guys in this set that were like these Halloween-themed kind of a thing, Monsters of the Gridiron. I always thought those were kind of cool growing up in my youth. So I saw that, so I had to snag that, the Tom Rathman. I don't do a lot of shiny, but I kind of thought that was cool for a dime. I mean, I can't complain too much on the then and now Joe Montana's. Emmitt Smith with the Pro Set Platinum. I always liked the Pro Set Platinum. I thought they were just cool cards with the good pictures, good photography. Pro Set Gazette, just kind of cool, something a little different from Emmitt Smith. Jerry Rice, Edge 92, nothing special. A pair of Anthony Carter rookie cards from the 86 Topps set. Why not for a dime? Billy Joe Dupree, I know some guys who like him, so I might as well pick it up for a dime. And then being from the Cincinnati area, you'll see I tend to grab some of those guys. I mean, it's Ken Anderson. You can't go wrong with Ken Anderson. Pat Mcnelly. Now, here is one of the most interesting guys you're going to see. Pat was not only a wide receiver and punter, both, more known as a punter, but also wide receiver. Pat also scored a perfect score on the Wonderlic, a Harvard graduate, and more famously, or might not be more famously known, but should be more famously known for being the inventor of starting lineups. He's the guy who came up with the idea. He was playing for the Cincinnati Bengals, pitched it to Kenner, who Kenner, of course, was headquartered in Cincinnati. They picked it up, ran with it, and starting lineups were a thing that we saw from the mid-'80s until the early 2000s. They came back again at one point in around 2010. But Pat Mcnelly was the guy who invented that. The story was he saw a bunch of G.I. Joes in a toy store one day, I guess with his kids or something, and thought, why aren't there sports versions of this? So Pat Mcnelly, the creator and inventor of starting lineup figures. So there you go. A punter from the Bengals came up with that. You have Jim Breach, kicker for the Bengals, I always liked. And then a couple of these guys, Alvin Hall, Sherman Smith, a couple of Rob Carpenters. And you're going to say, well, why'd you grab those guys? These guys are all Miami University football grads, and I worked for the football team. I went there for a couple of years. So I pick up some Miami grads whenever I can. And Tony Hunter played for Notre Dame. He also went to the same high school I did, so I kind of grabbed some guys who went to the same high school I did. So That's a lot of the football cards I came up with. I don't normally do a lot of basketball, but man, I'm telling you what, I had some really good luck with basketball. Let's take a look at those right now. The gold signature, a pair of those, Dikembe Mutombos. I just thought they're cool, man. I mean, it's gold signature Dikembe Mutombo. Can't go wrong with that. Shaq heavy metal. This one actually does pretty well. It's got a little bit of a dinged up corner there. Not too bad, but I mean, geez, for the dime, I wasn't mad about it at all. David Robinson on the metal. I always like to pick up the Team USA stuff, although I prefer it when they're the Team USA jerseys, but Steve Smith and Dominique Wilkins there. And guess what? There was a Jordan in the box. You know, I'm not upset about that at all. Pick up the Michael Jordan Topps, 50-point club from 93, 94 Topps, I believe. This is always cool. I always pick up the starting lineups. I had the Montana. Now here's a Isaiah Thomas. These things, you know, book for a couple bucks normally. So to find them in the dime box, I'm in good shape. This one's in great shape. I was really pleased. My best friend collects Karl Malone, so I had to snag a Malone when I saw him. Corey Blunt, well, he's a UC grad. I got another friend who's a UC season ticket holder, all about that. So got to grab some UC players when I see them. C-Web, I always like the guys when they're in their college jerseys. That was always cool, I thought. Here's another Jordan, but not quite a Jordan. Bulls versus Hawks, but it's Jordan on the, you know, in the pick. John Stockton is my personal collection guy. I go with him. So I'll put the football down here. So I picked up the Stockton when I could. I always love the Topps Gold. It doesn't matter what year, it doesn't matter what sport. I always like the Topps Gold. So Joe Dumars, Topps Gold, yeah, I'm going to pick that up for a dime all day. David Robinson, I just like this Topps set. I thought it was a really cool set for basketball. A little Scottie Pippen going against James Worthy, it looks like there. And there's another Pippen. I always like the art kind of cards like this that are either the Pro Visions or, you know, the Donruss Diamond Kings and things like that. So I always like stuff that's kind of like the art kind of cards. I always thought they're cool. I'm going to do some stuff with them later, some art kind of stuff myself. Here's another gold kind of card with a Hoop It Up. Here's a regular Hoop It Up. I always, you know, I just thought those were kind of cool, something different. Nobody special, but for a dime, you know, you pick up stuff in a dime box that you wouldn't pick up somewhere else because you're like, why not? Joe Dumars, and there's that Dikembe Mutombo again. Both these are in the Signature Series. I like those. Found a bunch of these previews with the Stockton. So there's those are the previews there for, you know, the Upper Deck Collector's Choice. Gary Payton preview, Iverson preview, Jason Kidd preview, Hardaway, Ewing, Garnett, Ray Allen, or Jesus Shuttlesworth, if you'd like to call him that. That's what I prefer. Hardaway, Chris Mullen, Danny Fortson, a UC grad, so I had to go to my UC friend, and Reggie Miller, who really is cool. I met him a couple times. Really nice guy, I always thought. Scottie Pippen again. Now, here are the two cards that I picked up basketball-wise that, honestly, it shows you how far I've been out of paying attention to basketball stuff. I'm like, well, I'll pick these up for a dime because these cards were cool when I was a kid, but I don't know how much they're worth. I thought this first one might be worth a couple bucks. This is the Shaq, the 1B trade-in card. If you remember that, you had to get the card and then send it in. It's not the cleanest on the edges, as you can kind of see there. It maybe isn't the cleanest on the edges, but pretty dang good, man. The corners aren't bad. For a dime, I mean, if you see what these things are going for, I mean, they're well over 10 bucks to 15 bucks or more. In this shape, it's easy 10 to probably 12, I believe. But either way, honestly, I don't care that much about value, but I just think that was really cool for a dime. And then this one is the Topps rookie for Shaq. I'm like, yeah, I'll pick it up for a dime. Now, you can't really see it as well on here. It's got a pretty bad, I mean, you can see a little bit. It's got a pretty bad crease through here, through there. But for a dime, if you look up what this thing is going for, man, it blew me away. I had no idea it was going for that much. And for a dime, even with a little crease, trust me, I was more than happy. I literally didn't even look it up when I was sitting there. I got home, looked it up, and about dropped it. I was in such shock that it was going for that much. And so to pick it up for a dime, I was really pleased. Now, we'll move through some baseball. Baseball is usually where I'm at. That's where I'm most interested. But, you know, I picked up some good amount of basketball and football and some dime boxes at the show. So here's what I got out of the dime boxes in baseball. Ted Simmons, pretty nice and clean shape. You know, I got a guy who collects those. I don't know if he has it. He probably does, but for a dime, you pick it up. I was really pleased when I would pick it up a lot of early 80s Reds players. George Foster, Concepcion in action. Joe Morgan with the Giants in action. Steve Carlton in action. Foster, Griffey Sr. in action. So a lot of those are really good, man. I like those. Foster and Concepcion again, Ken Griffey. I mean, all these are in that 81 tops. Mario Soto, I mean, being around here and being a Reds guy, actually I'm an Oakland A's guy primarily, but I see a lot of the Reds since I live in Cincinnati, and I love them too, obviously. Soto is probably one of the most underrated players from the 80s as a pitcher. People forget about him, but man, the dude could seriously deal and could seriously play. Picked up a nice Tim Raines there. This one's beaten all to heck and back. You can see how bad that one is. You see that top left corner is brutal. It's not the best, but I always love the World Series cards that kind of tell a story from the 70s, and for a dime, I was going to pick it up. Yeah, that's a Larry Walker Fleer rookie card. Came out of the dime box. Was quite pleased with that. Now, Rich Murray, you're like, well, why'd you pick up Rich Murray? It's actually, I work on collecting all the Topps All-Star Rookie Team guys, the Gold Cup guys. And Murray was on the team this year, but Topps didn't do Gold Cup cards from the late 70s up until 1986. They started putting them back on again in 1987. But they still named the All-Star teams during that stretch. So I'm collecting all those guys as well. Murray was one of the last guys I needed. There's been about 620 different cards, I think, now they've made. Starting in 1960, you've got the McCovey in the 1960 set up till now. And of the 620 cards, I have about 570 of them so far. So that's good. I'll add that one to that collection. That one's, for some reason, I couldn't find it. Never could come across it. Trevor Bauer in a Reds jersey, so I had to pick it up for a dime. Dave Parker. I got a buddy who collects Dave Parker. He's working towards all those. Probably got it, but you pick it up when you see it, right? Kirby Puckett Diamond King. Why not? So Denny Martinez gold. I was like, oh, this is the gold non-winner. I like these cards. Denny Martinez. Why not? Guy's really cool. And then when I got home, didn't even realize it at the show. So I got home and looked. It's not the gold card. It's actually the sample card, the promo, the pre-production sample card, which I thought was really cool. Those go for a couple bucks. Once again, I said I don't care much about value, but I was surprised to find something I didn't know was there. I always like picking up all the different presidents, no matter who they are. So pick up President Clinton. Why not? There's the George Bush that I picked up from time to time, where he's with the Pittsburgh Penguins in a hockey set, where he's presenting them, I guess, at the White House, which I always like. Henderson, just a cool looking card. Robin Ventura, this is that Major League debut set. Bo Jackson score, I just thought it was a cool card. Gwynn with that 75 look, thought it was cool. The Coca-Cola sets with Jim Rice and Jerry Richard, and man, dude was a lot better than people realize. He dominated the 70s, absolutely dominated, so I think he had a stroke. And then has had a lot of bad things happen to him in his life, a lot of unfortunate luck. But now it looks like he's kind of got his life turned around. So I had to pick up those two Coke cards for a dime. I thought, why not? Ripken and Thomas, and those Fleers. Like I said, I like those. They're just kind of cool to me. I can do something with them. This card actually might have been, besides the Shaqs, might have been the most random and shocking find to get. So you got the holograph, right? And it's a Griffey. But no, it's not that Griffey. Or the other Griffey. This is the third Griffey. This is actually Craig Griffey. This is the younger brother of Ken, and youngest son of Ken Sr. Younger brother Jr., I should say, because they're both Ken. So Craig also went to the same high school I did, so I picked that up when I get the chance. Like I said, I pick up a lot of Reds guys. So Rio with an electric diamond. I always like those. Larkin has a gold. Rio has a gold card. Larkin tops kids. That is Chuck Knobloch and some random thing that I just kind of thought was kind of cool. Pick up a hologram for a dime. Rookie threats. I always thought this card was cool, man. You've got Larry Walker on there, Marquise Grissom, and Delano DeShields. Came across the Frank Thomas Bowman rookie. I mean, it's in terrible shape. It's kind of got a little bit of a stain over here. And you can see the corners are, soft on that. Not the best, but, man, for a dime, you're going to grab a Frank Thomas rookie all day and half the night. I mean, I will anyway. Bill Buckner OPG. I just thought it was cool, man. The OPGs, you don't run across a lot of them in dime boxes for 87, so picked it up. A couple more art cards with Rob Dibble and David Justice, who is from the greater Cincinnati area, from Covington or Northern Kentucky. Piazza Fleer Ultra. I always thought these cards are cool, man. Anything like this from those, first year or two of the Marlins or Rockies, that just kind of the generic, cards like that from their first year. I thought that was cool. Lou Piniella, Sweet Lou. I don't come across a lot of Sweet Lou Piniella cards, so I had to grab it. Fisk, from back in the early 80s. Buddy Bell also went to my high school, so I got to grab a Buddy Bell. His son, Mike Bell, same high school, so I got to snag him. Dave Winfield, 84 Topps. Just thought it was cool. Why not? 87 Donruss Mcnelly in the highlight set, which I thought was neat. Once again, go back to those Fleer. Eric Davis, man, how did you not enjoy Eric Davis playing in the late 80s? He was about the most exciting player in the game, just about at the time, or at least one of them, both in the field, at the plate, on the bases. So got to pick that one up. That one's kind of cool. Frank Thomas, with that inspiration, you know, that was one of those subset cards. Jeff Bagwell, kind of a hologram card, is kind of cool from Upper Deck. Bo Jackson from the Wonder Bread. Now, once again, hard to tell, but it's got multiple creases in it. Not horrific creases, but bad enough that it kills the value on it. But man, for a dime, you're going to pick up a Wonder Bread Bo Jackson. At least I will. Ricky Henderson post. Bar Giamatti. Why not Donruss? Robin Yount. I thought it was cool with the tribute in the corner, so snagged that. Eric Davis, 86 tops. I mean, I found some 86 tops in great shape. So I had to snag a Davis and a George Brett. Thought those were cool. And then a Bob Gibson and a Tony La Russa. I always thought those were kind of neat. Those are from those specific, from the early 90s sets. I like both of those. And a couple other cards I snagged but don't have in the video here. But one other one I did snag, and I'll show you real quickly. Last one is from the Topps Desert Storm set from 1991. It's a sticker kind of thing. I just thought it was cool, man. I'll pick up American flag cards whenever I see them. I just think they're kind of neat. Anyway, guys, that's stuff I snagged at my last show. If you see anything you thought was cool, give me a shout out. Let me know. Hope you're having a great day. I look forward to doing more of these. And just remember, those dime boxes need some love too. But if you skip them and pass them up, I'll gladly snag some Shaq rookies out there all day long while you guys are skipping them. So have a great day. Enjoy the hobby. Have some fun. And hope to get another video for you guys in the future. See ya.